Hello, hello. I'm going to wait for you guys to come in the room. I'm going to wait for you guys to come in. How are you doing, Taurus? Now, I know some of you guys are still off of work. So Taurus, what we're going to do is we're going to do a general reading here for you. We're going to see what's going to come out here for you. You know what I want to do? I was using the tea leaf oracles this morning. I am going to be using these cards for right now, just so it can be a little bit more conversation. But we are going to get into the tarot regardless. You know what? Let's do one tea leaf oracle. Let's just do one, and then we'll get to the other oracles, and then we'll get to the tarot. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and say hello to a few of you guys in here. Hello, Beauty Bee. Hello, Janice. Hi, Lachey. Hey, Net. All right, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the reading. Hey, Dolores. Hey, Stephanie. All right. Let's see. Let's get one card. Let's get something good. Let's get a blessing. Let's get a blessing for Taurus. Let's get a blessing. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I did this early, so I know what I'm going to do. Let's do a blessing. Okay. Let's do, this is the blessing. Let's do the challenge. The challenge. So we're going to do the challenge first, and then we're going to do the blessing. Yeah, I forgot I had did that earlier this morning. All right, so this is the challenge. Okay, that's the blessing. Now, what's coming out here for your challenge is your finances, okay? You had two cards that talked about your challenges, dissatisfaction with life and your finances, okay? This is interesting because you guys already know, I like binge watch, like astrology. And one thing that I did notice, one of the astrologers mentioned about how a lot of people have been having financial issues, or just, you know, their pocketbook has been a little tight, right? Money has not been flowing in the way it normally was back in the day. I would definitely say before 2020. Money was pretty decent for some people, maybe not all, right? Life just felt different. So we did have that shift. And so that shift, it just seems like a lot of people start maybe having issues with their money. So a challenge showing up here for you. Went directly to it. Didn't have to say this could be this. No, it went straight to your pocketbook. It's not saying that you don't have the money. For some of you can have the money. And for others, it's like you don't have it at all. Okay. So if you have the money, it's more so just be mindful about what you spend, because here it says pay attention. Okay. Meaning that you have it, but you may be doing a little bit too much spending, that type of stuff. So it's more so a warning for you. But if we're talking about people who don't have it, okay, that is a completely different animal, because it's like you want to be able to buy certain things you may not be able to. So that's the challenge that I'm seeing here for you. And yes, that can cause some dissatisfaction without a doubt. But it doesn't have to be only money that's causing it. Okay, it's just an overall feeling. Right now, I don't feel satisfied with life. For whatever reason, that's just where you are. Now, let's get your blessing, though. Okay? Let's get your blessing. Your blessing is dealing or relationship with a younger woman. Now, this could be a sibling. This could be a daughter. Okay? This could be a friend. I'm gonna clarify that. Well, why would that be a blessing? Let's see. Clarify younger woman. Why would that be a blessing? Hands ashy. Why would that be a blessing? Someone is leaving your life. Is there someone who's giving you a hard time? Now, I have to look at it for what it is. Okay. And younger woman could be an immature person. It could be someone who is causing havoc. Okay. Because like I said, I didn't know what that meant. And it could be someone younger at your job. It could be a sibling who is just absolutely tyrannical. Oh, okay. And sometimes it is, like I said before, someone at your job. This could be a child. This could be a sibling. But it does look like there's going to be some type of separation from someone who could be causing some issues. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a little nosy. I gotta look at it a little bit. Okay. Why is this a blessing? Why would this be a blessing? Dang. Here you got heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Oh, they're giving you different kinds of blessings. I got it. It says great good fortune. So for the first one, I'm thinking that this has something to do with someone who is immature as fuck, who is trying to be petty. Now, of course, this is not going to hit everybody, but I just have to say it, right? Because there are some people who are dealing with someone who could be a bully. And they could be older, but just immature. And I don't want to say young automatically it means immature, but again, if this person isn't around, well, let's just say just in general, like this has been a person who's just been giving you hell. Okay? Been petty at your job, been doing childish shit. So we're saying childish. That person won't be around. Okay? Again, it could be anybody from someone from your job. It could be someone that you work, it could be somebody that you live with family-wise. It could be a friend. It could be a lover, and or it could be a child. Okay? So that's what I see. Then you had some really good ones here. Really, really good ones. I just love it. Here it says great good fortune. All right. Now that's another one. Okay. And this is going to be fortunate for you too. That person not being in your life is actually going to end up being a better thing for you. And again, it's like I said before, there could be someone who's stopping some blessings. There's something happening with someone in your life that is being petty as hell. You know who that is. It's be someone that's 15 years older than you and they're childish. Okay? This is someone that you have love for. This is someone that you have love for. This is someone that you care about. This could be someone that you are romantically in love with. This could be someone that you love because you just love the person, right? Or someone that you cared for, somebody in general that you thought was cool. Okay? Something like that. Okay? And then all of a sudden, this happens. But I do feel like this is someone who's causing trouble or causing issues. But these two cards stand separately. It does talk about great fortune coming in here. That is going to be a part of your blessing. And then you guys also had love. I mean, it's just not just superficial love. It talks about deep love. It talks about someone who is very caring, okay, and very nurturing. That is what this is saying. This is good. This is good. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into, let's pull one card from this deck. That's what I was going to do. I pulled way more than I thought with that particular deck. So let's get two from this deck, and then we're going to get into the tarot. Let's see. What do they need to know? What does Taurus need to know? Two main cards of something that Taurus needs to know at this time. That's going to be very pertinent for them. Thank you. Thank you. At the bottom of the deck, you guys have fish. Somebody could be pregnant. Okay. Now, this card specifically talks about money. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But fish, you guys already know the saying. Okay. Someone could be wanting a baby. Okay. Someone's dreaming about fish. Okay. All right. First card that's coming out here is Sun. Here it talks about, this could be a Leo person. Could be dealing with a Leo. This is success, which is really good. It says self-realization. You realizing something, an aha moment. We're going to find that out because, truthfully, these are the cards that's really going to be clarified by the tarot. We're going to see who it is. We're going to see. Someone could be, again, Sun is Leo. The fish is Pisces. Could be Pisces energy as well. But outside of an actual person, this talks about, happiness. And the Sun is a one, so it talks about new beginnings, something that you're going to be experiencing. Maybe you haven't felt happy in a real long time. Maybe you have been suppressing some things, right? Because the Sun is the true self. It's it's who you are. Okay. And this is why it says here, this has something to do with self-realization. What do you realize about yourself and the people that you're around? Okay. So this is something that I am noticing here. But I like the fact that it talks about your pride doesn't have to be a bad, but it is a sense of self. Okay. It talks about success and your creativity. So really, really good. So we do see that. Now let's go ahead. Let's get to the next card that came out. Oh, wow. You guys had Empress. And Sun is considered to be a child when I read. And then you got Fish. Some of you guys are going, part of that whole young woman. You know, you could be having a little baby girl. Okay? You may have news about someone that you know, that you love, could be pregnant with a baby girl. Or you. Okay? It's something like that. Either it's going to be your child, it could be grandparents, it could be a sibling or something like that. But I find that very interesting that all three cards talks about pregnancy. Right? We're talking about fertility here with the fertility goddess here with the Empress. We talk about Sun, it deals with children. And we said Fish specifically talks about, you know, dreaming of fish is the old, you know, wise tale that talks about pregnancy. So I don't know. I don't really see too much pregnancy stuff with y'all. So to me, this is even a little like, whoa. Where's this coming from? I've seen it with Virgo all last year. I saw it definitely with Sagittarius just recently. I saw it about last 6 months. I have never seen pregnancy with you, ever. Ever. Okay? This is crazy. Now, I do want to say that a part of the Empress energy does talk about abundance, though. Okay? It talks about love and relationships, things of that nature. We even seeing that here with love and deep affection. So we know that that's going to be your theme. Okay? And what you're passionate about, that means your job, that type of stuff, what you're passionate about. Okay? Whoa. Okie dokie. I haven't seen this. This is a new thing. Money is here, like I said before, with the whole abundance. And we didn't even go here with this Fish because I was about to get to the Tarot. It literally says resources, finances, investments, prosperity, money, income, large quantity. I am loving this. Okay, this is so good. Okay, so we know that money looks like it's going to be on point for you. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the Tarot. Let's see what comes out. Let's see what's coming out here. Somebody say, oh, that's juicy. I'm being reborn. Definitely not having no babies. And that's the thing. Remember, I don't say pregnancy, but the fact that 3 cards came out, I'm like, you know what? I know that I say fertility, and sometimes that means just your money getting, you know, larger. You know, something is going to grow, whether it's a business, whether it's ideas, or just in general, just you have more growth, okay? And that can just spread across the board, but that was just very specific. That was just like, you got the Fish, you got the Sun, and then you got the pregnancy, you got the pregnant Empress person there. Is like, somebody is going to find out about some type of pregnancy. And again, this is the reason why I did it a little bit broad. Right? Because it's not just you. It could be somebody that you know or something like that, but it can be you. Okay? Let's see. Let's start off with this first row. Let's see what comes out. We're going to get probably like 3 cards. We're going to see what's going to come out. And this is going to be for Taurus. Let's get it. Oh, this is kind of crooked. My bad, y'all. I didn't realize this was crooked like that. All right. Let's get the Sun for Taurus. First card that's coming out here for you guys. I don't know how to do reversals today. You got the Death card here. Interesting, because we just talked about this whole new beginning. There's an ending. Oh, we can talk about this. We can go so long. We can go so long, and I am going to do it. You want to know why? Because I didn't do your reading this morning. And I actually wanted to do a love reading later on today, and I may do it. It's just raining. It was raining so bad. It was thunderstorming, so I just decided not to do it until later. But here, the number 1, exactly, you know, is what is it saying? It's basically talking about endings and new beginnings. But I like the fact that you are starting to feel better. Yeah, this is what it's saying. I know you are fighting tooth and nail for something, somebody, but something needs to change. There's a huge transformative energy here. I actually read for a Taurus about 2 months ago, someone that I know personally. And I was like, girl, like, no, Like I'm telling you, this is just not going to work. This ain't it. And true enough, you know, she's still struggling with it a little bit, but it's the truth. It's just not. It ended on multiple levels actually, and the eclipse is the thing that actually did it for her. So one thing that I can tell you here, for a lot of you, this is anything that you have been codependent on. Can we talk about it? It's about codependency, whether it's a person, whether it's food, whether it's self-sabotage. That's going to change too. This is the reason why we talked about the self, right? Here, the self, it talks about that's a transformation of you, how you see yourself, how you identify with yourself. That is going to change. It cannot be the same. But I am getting a lot of negativity, and the universe is like, I got to pull you out of that. I'm not really sure what it is that you're dealing with in particular, but I do know that it feels negative. I do know that it feels codependency-ish, right? And a lot of this feels like a toxic air. It feels like a toxic environment, a toxic air. So how else can you be happy if it doesn't go away? The universe is saying, I am going to make this happen. The death card, that's Pluto. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You see on this card, this woman is not happy with the fact that her kids are back there and she's standing there by herself. She's doing this all by herself. Can you imagine how she feels? She's like, damn, this is it. This is really happening right now. Yeah, it is. But that's the only way that you're going to get to this. Okay? You could have been dealing with Scorpio. All right? Some of you guys could have been dealing with another Taurus. You could have been dealing with a Pisces. I talked about it earlier. You could be dealing with a Leo. I think I saw Capricorn earlier as well. Okay? Let's get another one. Now, I'm going to talk about your money for 1 second. Not a lot, but some of you are dealing with people with addictions. Some of you are dealing, I said this before, with your own addictions, and don't always let it be drugs and alcohol, because that is so not the case. Things can become obsessive, and it's subconsciously. You have gotten to the point where you have been trained by this thing. And subconsciously, you are obsessed with that thing, that person, that idea, and it is detrimental to you. Okay? So I do see that some of you guys have gotten to the point where some obsessions, some codependencies have made you lose money. And I know I'm not talking to no Taurus saying that shit. Anytime I talk to a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, I'm not saying that because they're earth signs, but we know how we feel when we don't have our money. Okay? I'm not a Taurus, but I'm an earth sign. You know how we feel when we ain't got our money. And you, of all people, being Venus ruled, you ain't comfortable when you ain't got no money anyway. So everything around you start breaking down. You ain't got no money, you definitely can't be in a relationship. Because that's the only thing that you're thinking about is how you can't get this and where you can't go. But some of you have been putting out money for relationships that you know you shouldn't be doing to keep them. Divine masculines. And I'm not saying that divine feminists are not doing it, but this is more so the percentage of who will be doing this. Okay? The people who will be doing this will be the divine masculines, and you cannot pay people to like you. And when it comes down to the divine feminine, yeah, the thing is that, it's subtle with the divine feminines, because most divine feminists, whether it doesn't matter if male or female, but then you get into your feminine energy and then you get emotional. And then what do? You start emotionally shopping, you start emotionally eating, you're not cooking in your house, and then you're trying to distract yourself. And the next thing you know, you had about $3,000 in your bank account that you had saved up, and then you're down because you are trying to cope. Okay? So we're talking about yourself because, again, the reason why I'm saying it is because it's sitting on you. It's sitting on the self. It's saying something that you are realizing about you, you have to change. Outside of your actual relationships, it got to go. Here, 7 of Swords. You are not being honest with yourself. You have not been. 7 of Swords talks about you running away from a problem. You've been running away from a problem. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You see how in this picture, it is a complete opposite of avoidance, right? It's a complete opposite of avoidance. Because here, this person is going deep. They're like, I'm going through the file cabinets. I'm going through each piece of paper. I'm going to be looking through everything. It is not about avoiding something. I refuse to look at this for what it is. I refuse to believe that this is what it is. Stop playing yourself. 7 of Swords is basically saying, stop playing you. And look at it for what it is. What is the evidence showing? What is evident by someone's behavior? What is evidence by your behavior? You know, you see what I'm saying? In relationships and the way that you spend your money. Again, we're talking about the self and self-realization and self-actualization here with the Sun card. Why is your money off? Because your mind is somewhere else and you're not paying attention to the things you should be paying attention to. 7 of Swords is saying you cannot avoid that anymore. Cannot do it. Just can't do it. And 7 of Swords also talks about sneakiness. There's somebody right up under your nose being sneaky as shit. Now that goes back to the younger woman. Or someone who is childish than a mother, right? Childish as hell. Sitting right up under your nose. And have no good intentions for you. They don't have no good intentions for you. And what does the Sun card basically say? That's part of your self-actualization or realization of who you are and your part that you've been playing with them. You see who they are. You're like, damn, they've been playing me for a fool this whole time? Because the 7 of Swords is sneaky. Unless you're being sneaky and you get found out. One or the other. There's going to be things that are going to be unavoidable. Okay? Let's get the last card for the Sun, and we're going to go over to you again. But it's also other people here with that Empress. Let's get the last card here. For Taurus. Oof. Well, you had 2 that came out. You could be dealing with a Libra. You could be dealing with Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with another Taurus. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. Those are the only cards that came out so far. Okay? Looks like we pretty much said a lot of them, but not all of them. Okay? But these are the cards that's coming out. I love the fact that the Justice card came out. I love it. Because what's right may be one of the toughest things that you may have to face. But you know, in order for you to experience this happiness, then you have to do something. You have to put your pride to the side. Okay, says the Sun card. Okay, you got to be able to deflate that ego a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. If they don't like you, it's okay. It's okay that they don't. All right, but here with the Justice card is saying, you know, you're going to have to do what's right for you. And sometimes it's making hard decisions. Because some of you guys are regressing from some shit here. You're regressing. Even here with the Star card, it is Aquarius coded. Aquarius is all about the rebellion, right? The Aquarius is like, you're not going to keep me down. I'm the innovator. I run this shit, right? This is the whole age that we're going into. And so I'm saying here, it's the logical sign. So you guys are thinking logically, but let me tell you something. When I say this because you don't know how I read. Y'all don't know how I read. I been saw somebody else in your reading. I'm talking about 2 cards back. That was before the Justice card came out. And if you have been single, and if you've been waiting for someone to come into your life, I can guarantee you, you will not wait that long. But you have to be free. You must be free. Uranus is the ruler. Again, I think they say Uranus and Saturn both kind of got this thing with Aquarius. Aquarius is that freedom sign. You must break free from something. Okay? It's hard, I'm telling you. And again, especially if you're dependent on something or somebody, you're going to have to. All right? And I don't think that this is going to be out of your energy 100%. No. I don't think that this is going to be out of your energy 100% within the next 3 months. The person can still be there. You're still struggling with letting them go. But I can tell you one thing. They won't be there. They will not. Okay? Because it's something that you're going to see and realize. And again, it is a part of what you're supposed to experience. Let's go ahead. Let's get this Empress. Let's see what comes out. See. You had the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Not doing reversals, but I thought that was very interesting. The Wheel of Fortune is sitting on top of you. And it's sitting on top of the goddess of Venus. I mean, this is like, God is like, what more do you want from me? I'm telling you, you're going to have love, because the love card came out in the beginning of the reading. It said deep. It says love, deep affection, and caring. That's what the Empress give. She's the nurturer. And then we talked about your money. I'm like, okay, your money has been kind of off because of some things you've been experiencing, things that you've been participating in. I get it, right? But this is where things starts to turn. Okay? So we're saying things are going to turn because it's meant to turn. This is a Wheel of Fortune. It's going to turn. We saw it even with Pluto. Pluto is a destined change, baby. You're going to experience it. You're going to experience that. It is fated for you to experience this growth. And whatever direction that growth means, wherever that direction goes, whether it's with money and love, which is what I see, because a Goddess of Venus brings you all of those things. Goddess of Venus brings you love and wealth and pleasure, all those things. Okay? See what else is coming out here for Empress. I promise you, I see kids. Birthday parties. Oh, I see kids. I see some kids. This doesn't even have to be only a birthday. There's some type of celebratory energy. We see Swedish meatballs. That's right. Baby showers. Okay. Yeah. But again, this could be like a business, you know, like announcement or party for some type of accomplishment that you have, something like that. It doesn't have to be only birthdays and baby showers or whatever. But I definitely see that this is a happy moment. Not only that, the Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillments. And so it is going to depend on what you want to be fulfilled in. What are you basically wishing or hoping for? Okay. And I would definitely say, just based off of what I see with that Wheel of Fortune, baby, you are on fire. Hello. You want to know you're the only sign that don't complain? You want to know why? Because you have been consistently having some really good cards. However, you're the only sign that has to wait to April to actually get relief from Uranus. Because a lot of you guys, Uranus got you doing shit that you wouldn't normally do. Got you kind of all over the place. Your thinking is off. Your nervous system is effed up. You're the only sign that has to wait a little bit longer. And so once that sign is completely out, then things start to settle. Okay? So yes, you got some good things here. You got some beautiful things. And there's other stuff that could happen way before it move out, right? But we don't want to lose. It's almost like a spinning ball, right? You don't want it to be just all over the place and just bouncing all over the place. You need to have structure. And right now, it just seems like some of you guys may be having structure, unfortunately, like problems with balancing life. being able to feel grounded. Okay. So if I had to be honest, that's the only thing that I don't like. I don't like the fact that you guys may have to wait a little bit longer. And it's like I said, it's April. It's not like it's, in 2028 or something. But that's the only thing that I see, because I see just this exhaustion. Okay. I do have to say that I do see, I'm going to bring one more card, but I do have to say that I do see someone in your life that outside of the new person that I see, because you guys do have a fated connection coming in. There is someone that knows your weakness to them. And if I say that I know for a fact with this Queen of Wands, this person is going to be very tempting. Queen of Wands is very much so the seductress, right? Or someone who is very charming. And this is the person that not necessarily had their hooks in you, but they did, whether they wanted to be there or not, but they did. And they only have to say the right kind of words to get you where they want you to be. Because some of you guys have been putty in this person's hands and you have lost control. So you see the reason why I say when it comes down to Uranus, you think you're going to do one thing, but Uranus is the sign of unexpected energy. Okay, I got to keep it real. Got to keep it real. It looks all good when it's on a table, but when you're seeing it in real life, and some of you guys are doing sorry, I told y'all it's been thundering. I told you guys when it comes in real life, there's going to be some unexpected things that you're going to experience. And I'm telling you, you're just not out of it yet. Okay, you're just not out of it yet. And that's okay. And that's okay too. Somebody said, Uranus been kicking my ass. Yeah, definitely. All right. So what we're going to do, now we did do this earlier this morning. We're going to get your money card for this week. We're going to get your money card for this week. And we're going to get your love card for this week. Okay. We're going to see and this is just for this week. Okay. If it resonates, that's okay. If it don't, that's okay. We're going to have some more readings tomorrow. But I want to see. Let's see what's going to come out first for the love reading for this week. This is going to be for the majority of Tauruses that are watching. No way. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what failed by accident, but I want y'all to see this on camera. Okay. So this week's love energy for this week. And it's crazy too, because it's like, wow. Okay. Performer, unrealistic expectations, fake, superficial. We just talked about that with the whole Seven of Swords, right? Someone who is just fitting right on in. Just fitting right on in. I want to be exactly where they want me to be. I'm going to be who they want me to be. It's all an act. They don't see this. They're gullible. Seven of Swords. I told you, deception. You know something is off. You can tell. Okay? This is why I said, don't be avoiding it. Don't be pretending that you don't see it because the person is fine, because they're good looking. And because they tell you that you're fine, you're good looking, that you're all of that in a bag of chips and they're not worthy of you. You know how they go. Oh, you're too good for me. Okay? Don't allow them to say that type of shit. These were the cards that fell out. Madness and frustration. Now I literally only asked for one, but you guys are meant to be told this because it's going to hit y'all in different ways. You got that whole performer, unrealistic expectation, all that. They are being deceptive. And here with someone feeling like they're just not good enough and you're too good for me. And, I shouldn't be in your life, yada, yada. It's like, if you really thought that, babe, you would be doing everything in your power to stick. Okay, let's just be for real. Let's be so fucking for real right now. Okay, here it says madness, foolishness that you will have to put up with. You're like, wow, is this person really acting like an act? Like, are they really doing this right now? Somebody can act so stupid. You be like, there's just no way that they don't know what they're doing. It's foolishness. It's just a joke, right? Here it says, you could be losing your cool. They could be losing their cool this week. I'm telling you right now that goes to why. Because you are frustrated. You like, hello, negative emotions. We talked about that earlier. Negativity, that toxic air. We talked about that earlier, didn't we? So we're talking about love. You're around somebody in general who is just like, okay, You know how you're just like, I love you, but then you're making me not like you. You're making me not like you. And you know, sometimes the not liking a person is the start of you really falling out of love with them. Because there's only so much that you can take. And I feel like this week it's going to be somebody who's going to frustrate the hell out of you. I don't care how fine you think they are. You like, you fine, but you are crazy as hell. You driving me crazy. Madness, right? Because it's about madness, right? You're driving me crazy. Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to see why this is looking crooked. This you already know I cannot be teamed too much. I am a Virgo, and I looked over towards my camera and I'm like, I know you lying. Okay, there you go. Taurus. About to go into the New Year's too with that type of energy. You're about to go into the New Year's with that kind of energy? No, ma'am, no, sir. So let's go ahead. Let's see what comes out here for your money for this week. Let's come out and see what's happening here with your money for this week. We might as well get 3. Might as well. Ooh, that came out fast. Oh, hello. Ooh, I love that. So here it says money, making money. That's all I saw. I'm not going to look at any other definition on there. I always pay attention to the first thing that I see. Baby, you are all about making your money this week. You really are. You're all about making your money. This is good. It talks about comfortability. So let's just say, because some of this talks about money being tight. Okay, that could still be true. Some of you guys, I said, was money could be okay. But comfortable is that this week you're okay. You know, the holidays, as far as what you have to buy, is past you, is behind you. Okay? And I do see that some of you guys are just going to be okay this week. Just more so laid back, relax. Maybe not spending as much money. This woman looks like she's at home, so you're definitely not out shopping, spending extra money that you don't necessarily have. Even though I did see that in your reading, where a lot of y'all just still spending money and then regretting it. You see how she's in the house. So, you know, be like, do I need that? Do I need to buy that? Okay. So, but Uranus is there. You just have to be mindful. It could make you do some shit that you wouldn't normally do. Okay. But I do see that right now, some of you guys are pretty okay. Even though things have been rough, things are going to be okay. And I see that a little bit too with this whole Justice card, because it looks like you guys are aligning yourself pretty much in a good way. You are focusing more so on keeping the money in your pocket, paying for the things that need to be paid for. Some of you could be this week, which I don't necessarily see. Usually with lawyers and stuff like that, even with doctors, not doctors, but a lot of doctors do. They ended between Christmas and New Year's. A lot of times, especially with lawyers, I know for a fact with lawyers, they don't do anything during Christmas time and New Year. So I don't think that this has anything to do with the justice system. Some of you guys could be getting paperwork together. If there is some type of contract or business obligation or something like that that you guys need, this could be you guys getting paperwork together, because it could have something to do with your money or affect your finances. That could be happening too. But either way, I do see that you guys are trying to get your money back in order. And then guess what showed up at the bottom of the day? You may have somebody in your life who could be giving you a little bit of money. Okay. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Here it talks about relationships. This is not only in just personal romantic relationship. I did have to say that though, because it happens so much with Tauruses. You guys are one of the biggest signs that I have read for personally, where you guys get big gifts from people. Not going to say, but I'm talking about large amounts of money. All right. So I do know that you've been the only sign consistently over the years that has happened to. So you may receive something. Okay. And this could be just another sign of just receiving something, because hand in hand could be you receiving some type of money. It could also be that, you know, the business that you have with someone, some type of partnership business or something like that. it could be pretty profitable this week. I'm going to say your money this week looks pretty decent. That may not be for everybody. I totally get it. It may not be for everybody because we did see the frustration with the money. You see do you see the contrast though? You see how when it comes down to your love, it was just all over the place. You were just like, oh my God, you're pulling your hair out, right? And then when it comes down to the money, it's like, oh yeah, you good. Okay, you're not having any issues with your money. You're like, that's really not my problem. My problem is not really with the money. I'm not saying some of you guys are dealing with love issues and money issues, right? But the people that I'm picking up on, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. I see that you are living pretty comfortably. I see that you're doing pretty good. But love is effed up. And so you're dealing with a love situation this week. Okay? So this is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Again, if you guys are new, if you're interested in a personal reading, all the information is going to be down below in the description box. I most likely will do one of the other signs next. I don't know yet. I don't know. Okay. I may come back on around 6. All right. So make sure you guys like, subscribe. Okay. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. All right. Love you.